What up, though, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Uncle Chon. True Stories. This is part two of Mo's Love Saga. And I'm going to pick it up right after he uh, gets engaged to Crystal. And he's not around as much or whatever, so that's understandable or whatever. You just got engaged. So he falls through the crib one day, early one morning, and we sitting up there, chilling, wake and bake or whatever you want to call it, and talking. So he's telling me how he has met her parents, and her father is the pastor of a church, and the mother's the first lady, and how they have this I guess business that's connected to the church, and he starts telling me all this crazy stuff like they welcome him to the family and everything, and then they start telling him about this family fund that they have, and how they all contribute X amount of dollars to it, and then at the end of the year or whatever, however long it is, they decide as a family how they're going to use the money or whatever, and that he's going to be expected to contribute to this fund, once he becomes a member of the family and everything. And hey, what can you say about that? So, and they're real, real churchified, and everything. It's, how when people kind of overdo it, how you don't kind of believe it, so it's like, praise this and praise that and bless that, and so he's telling me about these people, and how the mother seems to be the one running the show, even though, as far as I know, the church, the man is supposed to be the head of the household, but Mo kind of told me he felt like the mom was the one in charge. So, as time goes on, uh, other things are happening. So he's going to church every Sunday with his fiance, and it's her family's church. Well, this guy Miles is showing up, to church, here and there, and Mo is not really digging that. Of course he wouldn't. So and he's telling her, and she's like, well, what I'm supposed to do is tell him not to come to church, all of this old crapola, bull. So, um, and then like the guy's always around. Like Mo might go up to her job or whatever to eat or whatever, and this guy might be sitting in there eating too, or it's just ridiculousness. So, I don't say anything when he's saying this because I gave up. So now they've been engaged for maybe a year, and they're talking about getting married. So this is around, I'm going to say, right after Christmas or in between Christmas and New Year's. And they're talking about getting married in February or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So uh, he starts telling me about some of the things that she says is going to go on. Like, he's not going to be able to go here and go there, and he can't be hanging out with this person and that person. And basically, she got his life, he's going to be on a schedule. Like Monday, you're going to be doing this. Tuesday, you're going to be doing that. Wednesday is this. It's going to be something that she got in store for him just about every day. So, hey, look, I learned a long time ago. People going to do what they want to do. Ain't no use hey, if that's the way you want to live, if that you like it, I love it. Shit. So as the time gets closer for the nuptials, they have now. This is the funniest. This is the funniest shit that I heard in a long time because I know his old man, so I could just see. I wasn't there when this happened, but Mo told me about it. So, what happened was when Mo bought that BMW, he was living with his dad, and in his dad's house, him and his son. Okay, and Mo basically had the entire basement to himself. The house was set up to where the basement was like a crib of itself, you know. And his dad was down in Mo's room snooping one day because his father was an old school dude. Let's just call him Big Mo. Okay, Big Mo didn't know anything about a BMW or nothing like that. And one of his friends came over and was like, "Oh, Mo, Big Mo, you got a BMW out there?" And he was like, "No, I ain't got no BMW. That's Mo. That's Mo car." "Well, what are you doing with a car like that? You know how much that car costs?" No, it can't cost that much if he got it because he ain't paying me no rent, you know. So the guy tells Big Mo that the car is an expensive car and blase splee. So Big Mo goes down into Mo's room and snoops through some papers and finds I guess the invoice or whatever, and sees how much the car cost and how much he paying for it. And he is livid. He pissed. Cause if he can afford a car like this, then he could be paying him some rent, and on some bills and all of this type of thing, right? So, meanwhile, Mo, his family, and Crystal's family are supposed to meet. Okay? So the plan was for them to come over to Big Mo's house for dinner, and that's where they would meet. Okay? So at the dinner, it is Big Mo's wife. It is Mr. and Mrs. Church first family, Crystal and Mo. Okay? And they go in there and they have dinner. And after the dinner, they go to the den and they sitting in there and and Big Mo is so mad that he decided that this was the time when he was going to let all his anger out about what had been going on as far as he was concerned. So these people start talking about, what their plans was for the wedding and, what's going to happen afterwards and all of this type of thing. And how Mo and them was going to have to save up to get a house and all of this stuff. So Big Mo is like, "Look here, y'all sitting up here basically thinking that this boy finna do something, but let me tell you about this boy." And he starts going back on Mo's history of filing bankruptcies and running real estate scams and and not holding down a job and what happened during his first marriage and just all of this stuff. And then at the end of it, he's like, "Yeah, and the boy that went and bought that goddamn car and he ain't been paying me no rent and nothing like that. And I don't know where he gonna live, but he got to get the hell out of my house tonight. So when y'all leave, y'all take him with you. His son can stay, but he got to go. He got to go this evening." So so Mo's old man busted him out in front of the new in-laws and then put him out the house. Okay? So they all leave the house. Mo go pack up some of his belongings and they leave. Now, where's Mo gonna go? Of course he's gonna go stay with his new fiance. Now, she stays in a high-rise building, but she lives in an efficiency apartment, okay? It's like maybe 450 square feet from what I've never been there, but the way he described it to me, it was basically a bedroom with a bathroom and a kitchenette. Okay. So it's very small. Okay. So he goes over there and stays with her for, I think it was 3 nights. And she ended up putting him out because he wiped his hands on one of her decorative towels in the bathroom that wasn't for use. And she put him out. Like basically was like, oh, the place is too small. I think we ought to just wait. And he had nowhere to go. So he was sleeping in his BMW. So I took pity on him and I allowed him to sleep at my house at night. Okay, now he's still engaged to this woman. Now the only good thing was Mo had the kind of job where at the time, because he don't keep a job long, but for I'm gonna say about 8 months or so, he had this job where he had a work van and he had to go to these. He was basically gone Monday through Thursday. He was on the road. So he would park the car at my house and he would go on the road from Sunday night till Thursday night. He'd be gone. So it wasn't a problem to let him sleep there basically on the weekends or whatever. So I'm like, Mo, now, I felt like I had the right to ask the question because he was sleeping at my house. I was like, Mo, I said, if you couldn't stay with her, live with her, but 3 days, how y'all gonna get married? I mean, what y'all, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that personally. I'm like, God damn, 3 days? I'm like, I don't care how small the apartment is. This is supposed to be the part where y'all want to be close like that with each other, I guess, and he, of course, had some kind of Mo answer. It was ridiculous. Well, once we get a bigger place, then we'll have more space, and that way, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, whatever, Mo. So, time is going on, and basically this broad is just running circles around this brother. She just running, she all kind of game. So it's getting close to the time for the wedding. We're in February. The wedding was like the 6th or the 7th of February, and it was like February the 1st. And I remember we were sitting down in my basement. It was just me and Mo. We were sitting down there chilling, and I had told Mo, I said, look here, dog. I said, I'm not coming to the wedding. He was like, what? You boy, how's that gonna look if you don't come to the wedding? I was like, I'm not coming. He was like, why not? I said, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I said, when the preacher get to the part where he say, does anybody know a reason why these two should not be joined together, speak now or forever hold their peace? I said, I don't know. I might say something. Shit. But, I said, I don't know. I said, but I don't want to be there. You just go ahead and do that and whatever, So he was like, oh, no. He was like, well, well, come on, man. And he kept begging and begging. I said, I tell you what. I said, I said, how long you been going out with Crystal? A year and a half. I said, okay. I said, I tell you what, dog. And I swear, this is exactly what I said. I said, you've been going out with her for a year and a half. I said, if you can name one thing that she's done for you in that year and a half, I'll come to the wedding. I said, one thing. I said, cooked a meal, bought you a meal, took you to the movies, anything. I said, washed your clothes. I said, if you name anything that this woman has done for you in a year and a half, I'll come to the wedding. And we sat there. And I drank my beer. And we sat. And we smoked one. And we sat. And about 45 minutes went by. And I said, Mo, you heard what I said? Yeah. I was like, you gonna answer me? I'm thinking. I swear this happened. An hour goes by. No answer. I start naming stuff. Simple. Mo, did she ever, wash the dishes? Or no. I mean, everything. No. I was like, oh my God. So after an hour and a half, we sat there. He didn't answer. And my sister was in the kitchen. And we were in the basement. I called my sister. I was like, hey, come here for a minute. And she walked halfway down the stairs. And I was like, I said, Mo is getting ready to get married in a couple of days. And he can't think of one thing that this woman has done for him in a year and a half. What do you think about that? And she turned around and walked back upstairs. So he got up and left. He just got up and he left. And I'm gonna make a part 3 to this. So I'm gonna end this video right here. And if you want to know what happens, join me on part 3 of Mo's Love Saga.